People with ADHD frequently share that there's inconsistencies in their life, right? In fact, I had somebody just last week that said, I feel consistently inconsistent. And it's like, yes, that is absolutely aligning with what symptoms of ADHD can look like. What we know is someone with ADHD has an interest-driven mind, right? So ability to hyper-focus and do a deep dive in this thing that's really interesting. For instance, if you have a teenager, might be really able to do this deep dive in video games, as an example, maybe. Be able to do that for hours on end, no matter how complex it is. Yet there might be this math homework that will literally take this person 5 minutes to do, but being able to get going and engage in that is really difficult. That interest-driven mind has a big factor in inconsistent performance. And we're looking at women with ADHD. I mean, let's face it, there are so many components that make us better able to engage in our day-to-day life. And those pillars of health, as an example. So we're looking at, sleep, and we're looking at nutrition, and we're looking at movement, and we're looking at stress management. Well, with ADHD, those tend to be more erratic. Well, that impacts your consistency too, right? I think about a gal that I worked with that said, oh, I think I follow you here, Janet. I cannot live on 3 hours of sleep and Mountain Dew. Correct, right? That makes for inconsistencies. Our brain doesn't like that. So at Pro ADHD coaching, this isn't a, one size fits all. This is looking at a very individualized approach, very much so addressing the skills that will impact your life the most and the goals that really matter to you, right? So, and we like to have a little fun along the way, right? And in that process, those maybe lifelong inconsistencies will first feel sort of like, I'm doing this. I'm actually doing the things and I'm following through. And I was to work how many days in a row? Is it a fluke? No, you're building skills, you're applying tools, and that takes that inconsistency and starts to bridge that gap with building those executive functioning skills. And wow, that's where it's at, right? Then we see this functioning just improve and the day-to-day life pieces become less distressing and more consistent. To learn more about how we can help you, contact us at proadhdcoaching.com.